everyone, Cornelia from Piping Petals. Welcome to my online tutorial for piping a buttercream carnation. In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate the technique and discuss the equipment you'll need to pipe an American buttercream carnation on a cupcake. If you would like to know how to prepare the colors used or how to fill your piping bags with multicolored effects, please refer to my Working with Colors online tutorial. Let's get started. We are using the Wilton 103 adjusted. So I've used a set of pliers to squeeze this nozzle quite narrow. It still has a wider end at the bottom and a narrow end at the top. And we're using a two-tone color, as you can see as well, for the carnation. But by squeezing your nozzle as narrow as possible that you can get away with, makes it much easier to actually pipe your carnation, because carnation has got lots of frills, and the narrower your nozzle, the easier you're going to make frills. Okay, so for the carnation we're using a single nozzle, and we're going to start with just building a base for our flower. So just a blob in the middle. There's no real technique for doing this. You can go like that and just build a bit of a tower. Just make it nice and strong. So put some around the sides. I'm going to put a bit more at the top. There we go. You can always use a different round tip nozzle for your base for any flower really. You can use a Wilton 12 or Wilton 2A, but it's not necessary. You can just use your flower nozzle as well. It works just as well. Tighten your bag. So with your wide end at the bottom, narrow end facing up, we're going to start at the top of the base we've just created, anywhere in the middle, and we're going to do wiggle, wiggle down. Start next to it, wiggle down. Give a little wiggle. The wiggles doesn't even have to be the same. A carnation doesn't really have a sort of symmetrical shape to it. It just has a lot of frills. Now with a carnation, again, this two-tone color works brilliantly because it just accentuates the frills in a way that you're not going to get the same effect if you had a solid color. So if you want to know how I filled my bag to get the two tones, have a look at my online Working with Color tutorial. So there you've got the center of your carnation, just lots and lots of frills. You're going to start at the base of those frills next to your center, and we're going to go upwards, do a frill and down. Where the previous petal stopped, start another one, frill and down. Just go up a little bit and frill, just creating a bit of height to your petal. And another one. So there we've surrounded our center with some frilly petals. And from here onwards, you literally fill the gaps. So I like to go overlapping two previous petals. So start in the middle of a previous petal. We're going to go upwards and downwards again, and you literally just wiggle your hand all the way. So there's no right or wrong with this really, because the carnation is just a bunch of frills. So as long as you remember to wiggle your hand, you're going to get a beautiful frilly carnation. When you get to this stage and you feel there's not enough space to place your nozzle on the base that you've created, just go around like this. Just give your base a bit more strength, and you just create a space for your next petals to be attached to. Okay? And we carry on in a similar fashion. So still going slightly upwards in an inverted U shape. Create a frill. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It is how you're going to do the entire flower. But you'll see how easy it is for me to create frills. I don't even have to wiggle a lot. I'm literally just doing this. And it's because the nozzle tip is so narrow, it wiggles almost by itself. I had to do very little to actually get a frill out of the nozzle. So if you don't adjust your nozzle with a set of pliers, which you might not want to do, it's not the end of the world. You can still get a frill. It's just going to be harder work. And I am all for getting the effect you want with the least amount of effort. So that is already looking beautiful. I'm just going to give my base a little bit more support for the very last petals. I'm just getting my nozzle in there, go around. What I'm doing here is I'm filling this cake surface. So even if I don't go all the way to the cupcake end, you're not really going to notice because you can see that color, the pink color there. So I think I'm going to go around with one more layer of petals and then this cupcake is done. Tilt your nozzle now slightly outwards because we want to finish the flower. Just keep looking, you'll see I keep looking at the top of my flower just to make sure I'm not missing. Oh, I want to show you that. I was wondering if this will happen. You see my petal have just split there, and that is because I've created my own adjusted nozzle, and it is so narrow right at the top that if you've got the smallest clot in your buttercream, it will clog up your nozzle. So just put a little toothpick in there, open your nozzle to get whatever was stuck out, and it will be perfect again. A little trick. There you go, see? Perfect petal again with the white edge. There we go. Beautiful carnation. And as I said, with the two tones, it creates a really pretty effect. Your two-tone will always fade as you pipe. So you can see it's more prominent in the center of your flower. And that is absolutely fine. And when you get towards the end of your flower, there's just a hint of white on the petals. But I think it creates a really natural effect for your flower as well. That's your carnation. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. You can also subscribe to my Blooming Bakes YouTube channel for complimentary videos on how to make the best American buttercream for piping flowers, as well as cupcake recipes and lots more. See you soon.